Do you understand what that means? Even compared to those things on the floor, you, Roman Dmitri, are truly irredeemable trash. You're just an eldest son who doesn't know how to do anything. No, you are just trash who can't do anything. AzureScans.com. This scenario again. It's not like I don't understand your rage, master. However, this sword was hammered with uneven amounts of strength during the forging process to the point that it changes color simply from the sun shining down on it. It must be the product of an inexperienced blacksmith who did a terrible job of hammering the metal. Hence, this cannot be called Dimitri's ironwork. And since you, Master Hendrik, can't deny this fact, did you not choose to insult me instead of calling it trash? What are you saying, Master Hendrik? Just now, one of my soldiers who couldn't slash the enemy with this trash of a sword died. The blunt edge of the sword couldn't cleanly cut through the flesh. And the soldier, who couldn't pull out the sword stuck in his enemy's muscle, lost his head to his enemy with a baffled expression on his face. What do you think of this injustice? He did his best to survive, but he had no choice but to die since his trash of a lord armed him with trash. What the hell are you, Master Hendrik? Why do you think soldiers wear armor? If it can protect the body from an enemy's attack, even once, the heaviness of armor is worth bearing. However, a soldier that wore this chain mail that I gave him was betrayed by the armor that he trusted and died. He trusted that the finely stitched iron pieces would protect him, but an experimental piece of a nameless blacksmith couldn't block the enemy's attack. It bore a hole through the armor, and his organs spewed out from between the chain mail. What the hell are you saying? Do you still not understand what I'm saying? I understand his frustration of the eldest son only coming when he needs it, and starting to judge the ironwork when he wasn't interested in the smithy. In the slightest. I understand your thoughts, your feelings. However, if I did not realize that those things scattered all over the floor are trash, then the soldiers who follow me may have entrusted their lives to those pieces of trash without knowing a thing. This matter is not simply your retaliation toward me due to private feelings. This matter holds the lives of 30 people on the line, and even while knowing that you, Master Hendrik, turned away from the truth. Can you truly call yourself an artisan that represents Dmitri proudly? Because of those pieces of trash that you tried giving me due to your personal feelings toward me, people who've done absolutely nothing wrong almost died. That wasn't my intention. Your intentions are unimportant. The purpose of weapons and armors are clear, and I requested you with the name of Baron Romero, my father. AzureScans.com. And in response, you tried giving me these pieces of trash. Your actions, Master Hendrik. Can I take them as insubordination toward my father? I am aware that you aren't trying to disobey my father on purpose, and that you simply didn't want to give me anything good. However, the problem is that the action itself corresponds to insubordination. This is not simply a personal request. It is the order of this land's lord to make good weapons and armors for me. Hierarchy. The moment the boundary between a lord and a retainer becomes ambiguous, the hierarchy itself will collapse due to that relationship, as well as retainers who you consider to be your friend. Loyal retainers, the moment they overstep their boundaries as a retainer, they must be severely punished. I will ask you again, can I take your actions toward me as insubordination toward my father? Insubordination? Absolutely not. AzureScans.com. If it is not, then explain yourself. Why did you try giving me these pieces of trash? I came out because of all the noise, but what's going on here? You bastard, what the hell are you doing to Master Hendrik? I don't know what's going on here, but I can't watch the moron of Dmitri defying the master any longer. That son of a bitch is even holding a sword. Bastard, what are you trying to do to Master Hendrik? Restrain him. Stop, Master. I told you to stop. I'm sorry. AzureScans.com. I am entirely at fault in this matter. Hendrik, you son of a bitch. How dare you laze around when you can't even do what you're told properly? I not tell you that it's too early for you to make your own sword. Throw that trash away this instant, and you'd better not even think about coming back to the smithy if you intend to do something like this again. Damn it. Arg, that damn muscle pig. He doesn't teach me anything, even though he's the smithy's master. Not only does he only make me do chores day in and day out, he punches me for the smallest of things. Azurascans.com. When the hell am I gonna become a blacksmith at this rate? Do you think we're a charity or something? I'm well aware that this is nowhere near enough to purchase a decent sword. But this is all I have, and I promise I'll pay you back in folds if you sell me a sword. For someone like me who has nothing but a healthy body, I need a weapon to make a living. If all you're gonna do is window shop, then go somewhere else. Please, I'm begging you. I have a family that I must support. Did you not hear me telling you to screw off? Hey, what? Why you'll give me this sword for free? Azurascans.com. I heard your circumstances in the workshop. If you need a sword, please take this, at least. Thank you so much. Please, take this bit of silver. No, I told you I don't need any money. It was going to be thrown out, anyway. I'm thankful, as long as the sword that I made is of help to someone in this way. Thank you, thank you. Thank you so much. 00. Ugh. Azurascans.com. Bleg. BB. I heard that he died during a mission escorting a merchantry. TSK, poor man. If only his sword didn't break while fighting the bandits. Everyone else is fine, aren't they? This is why you need a good weapon. What will happen to his wife and child now? It was no different than killing him myself. On that day, I swore that I wouldn't let something like that repeat itself. Azurascans.com. Hendrik, what the hell have you done? I can't believe I tried to repeat that day's tragedy, just because I don't like him. How pathetic can I be? I will pay the price for my actions. Master, if you're willing to repent for your mistakes to this extent, then I won't take this any further. Let's get back to business. I am well aware that you are a great blacksmith, Master Hendrik. Therefore, I've decided to entrust making the equipment to arm my 30 soldiers to you. As I've said before, I don't believe that you intended to disobey my father on purpose. It likely stemmed from your animosity toward me. I perfectly understand your feelings, so I'd like for us to bury both of our mistakes in the mud. Azurascans.com. All I want are swords and armors that will protect the lives of my soldiers. After doing all that to punish me, you're eloquently giving me a way out. I did hear the rumors, but... Truly. No, how can someone change to such an extent? I see, he's not the same Roman as before. Hugh. I'll say it once more, I am truly sorry for this matter. I swear that something like this will not happen again. And as a form of apology, the weapons and armor for your soldiers will be made to match the highest quality ironwork that we in Dimitri pride ourselves in. Yes, sir. All of you return to your stations. We will begin immediately. Hosakov. I stole Master Hendrik's sword. Do you not remember? No wonder, since you were drunk out of your mind back then. What are you talking about? It was 3 years ago. Since you were in desperate need of money after the Lord cut off your allowance, you snuck into this smithy, stole Master Hendrik's sword, and sold it to a street merchant for dirt cheap. That sword that you stole back then was Master Hendrik's masterpiece. It was a masterpiece that took 6 months just to design. Then he took another 3 months to complete it without ever leaving the smithy. A tough and for such a thing to be sold to a street merchant. For so little. Alok. You won't ever understand, young master. For a masterpiece that you made with your own hands to be sold off without ever finding its true owner. The one who crossed the line was the past Roman. Azurascans.com. Roman Dimitri. I haven't completely forgiven you for that matter. I accepted your request because I was the one in the wrong, but I still cannot accept the eldest son of the Dimitri family being completely negligent in matters of the smithy. Keep this in mind, Dimitri's foundation itself lies in the smithy. If a day ever comes and you make a piece of trash of a sword with your own hands, I may see you in a different light. Then I guess it won't take long. I will take my leave. I will come again when they're completed. AzureScans.com. It's been a while. The workshop in which I trained in isolation. It's been cleanly organized as I ordered. All the tools are here. Now, let's begin. When I was in the Murim, I was 18 when I decided to forge my own sword. Back when the successor of the demon cult was not decided, discord between us brothers was frequent. And I had to sleep with my eyes open from the constant assassination attempts. My 11th brother, Baek Changhyun, ambushed me while aiming for my life. It was a very close battle, but my treasured sword was broken, unable to withstand Baek Changhyun's attacks. As I mangled my brother's face with the broken sword, and escaped from the brink of death, I thought to myself, I need a sword that will never break in battle, and fully brings out my current physical capabilities. I need a sword made just for me. After that day, unlike my brothers, I visited blacksmiths and learned how to forge swords from them. AzureScans.com. And always before a decisive battle, I forged a sword perfect for my current self. And after hundreds of thousands of battles, my sword continued to change as time went by. And the 39th sword that I made came to be known as the Heavenly Demon Sword, a treasure that couldn't dare be priced. And now, to prepare for the coming war, it is time to make a sword just for my new self. Repeating the exact same action, while using a set rhythm and strength, the moment you're fully absorbed into a single objective. AzureScans.com. Trance. What am I living for? I had to survive in a world of survival of the fittest because I had the heavenly demon as my father, and eventually came to be called the strongest after overcoming various hardships that had befallen upon me. I never thought of it as a bad thing. I feel that same way now. I just stayed true to my reality. However, the state that I am in now is not high enough to oppose every single variable. Hence, I must train to be more firm. Roman's world and the powerful forces within it, AzureScans.com. I haven't become fully aware of any of them. Defeat will not be tolerated. Godly Inferno Art. A martial art used by the one who was once called the Flame Demon, which uses the power of blazing heat to quickly accumulate mana. It's the optimal technique for my current worthless self. My lungs and other internal organs will be damaged if used too frequently. ASupScams.com. But right now, I desire a power that can face all variables. We are currently backed into a corner. Help has been restricted from around us, and the difference in our military strength is clear. There have been discussions about surrendering to preserve at least a little of our family's land. But I believe that is the one thing that we should not do, no matter the cost. AzureScans.com. Rather than losing the lives of innocent soldiers by fighting a losing war, surrendering may be the best choice for everyone. Barco used their connection in the central government to obtain a loan from the Gold Bank. 00. If that's the case, then that loan was likely processed as an unsecured loan. How? Unsecured. A loan without any collateral must have a very high interest rate. AzureScans.com. This war isn't something that only Barco would benefit from. While Barco borrowed money, the Gold Bank was the one that lent the money. To obtain rewards that both of them will benefit from. They'll tear this land apart once they occupy Lawrence. Then what are we supposed to do? There is only one way. Desperate resistance. That is the only way for us to survive. A resistance. I had some expectations for Flora's statements. I thought Flora, who has the discernment to see through situations, would tell us an extraordinary countermeasure. But it was only at the level of common sense. Is closing the castle gate shut the best way for us to survive that you speak of? I'm not saying just to hold out. Give up on all produce of the year and set fire to the fields. We'll also stock up on as much food as possible and endure until winter comes. We just have to hold out until winter. Yes. Although Barco was able to borrow a large sum of money thanks to their connection to the central government, that's all there is to it. The interest will keep rising as time goes by. The massive power with influence that spreads throughout the entire continent, the gold bank. If the war is not over quickly and continues at length, they will start to pressure the Barco family using the interest. The gold bank is not a power that can be pressured simply because they have a connection in the central government. Mercenaries move with money, and that money originates from the gold bank. When winter comes and siege warfare becomes disadvantageous, they will inevitably desiccate themselves. I can't believe there was a way like that. It's plausible. She's right. This is a battle of time. I think so as well. Because of that incident with Dmitri, I thought that I had raised my daughter to be too immature. But, that wasn't the case. When did my daughter grow up this much? Flora is right. Starting now, we will prepare for our desperate resistance. We will keep enduring, and keep the lineage of the Lawrence family alive. Even if the castle walls collapse and we perish, we'll keep enduring and fighting to the bitter end. Whatever it is, a person's first is special. My first sword. This sword is perfectly fit for my current self. Your name shall be borrowed from this world. Salamander. As the proxy of Viscount Barco, I will give you all a choice. The first is to come out through the castle gate and surrender. Surrendering is the only way your lives will be spared. The second is to have an all-out war against us. We would have a fair and square battle on the open field, with a judge from the central government watching over us. You may also choose a battle between two warriors. The method of battle can be any that you like. We intend to follow your decision. We do not believe Barco's cause in this proclamation of war is justified. The document that claims our ancestors' debt is fabricated. I have no intention to sacrifice the lives of Lawrence's people either, and so send word back to Viscount Barco that Lawrence will not, under any circumstances, abandon their pride as a member of a noble family, and will carry out a desperate resistance within the castle walls. From now on, the Barco family will respect your wishes, and will claim the price of blood that will be spilled in this siege warfare. The war has already begun. Fire. Forward. Do not retreat. Damn it. Those insolent sons of bitches. The Barcos prepared 3 times as many soldiers as the Lawrences. However, I expected the battle to be decided within an hour, but the flow of battle turned out different than expected. It looks like Lawrence completed their preparations for this battle, my lord. They dug a deep moat to restrict soldiers from approaching the wall, and from the unrestricted number of arrows that they're firing right from the start, they seem to have acquired sufficient amounts of war supplies. Just what in the world happened in that 1 week? I can't believe Lawrence chose a desperate resistance. From our calculations, they should have surrendered to protect as much land as possible, however little it may be. But, in actuality, they risked being wiped out and locked the castle gate. Just where did it go wrong? What should we do, my lord? What else? Prepare to use that. Understood. Viscount Lawrence is not that strong-willed of a person. He sold his precious child over to the Dmitri family, unable to handle the pressure from Barco. He's the kind of man who shrinks like a coward in times of crisis. Hurry up, move it. Yes, sir. We don't know when Barco will come to attack us again. Stay focused and ready the weapons. Flora, you were right. Barco must have been flustered and pulled back his forces. How did you think of such a thing? I realized that I myself had to become stronger. Instead of waiting for the problems to be solved. That is the path that I wish to walk in life from now on. Flora. I'm sorry for forcing you into a marriage with the Dimitris. I thought that was the only way for our family to survive at that time. But, from now on, whatever situation we're in, I believe you will make the right call, Father. The castle wall was destroyed. Could it be? Flare. That's insane. The Barcos have prepared flare. What? No way. Flare, a catapult that launches a massive explosion magic at castle walls. A magic weapon. Each shot costs dozens of gold, and because it is a strategic weapon, it cannot be used without the central government's permission, regardless of how much money one possesses. The money they borrowed aside, I can't believe the Barcos have the connections and wealth to rent flare. There are only two ways to block flare. Counter it with a magic weapon of the same rank or come out of the castle walls to destroy it. Both options are impossible. We can't just give up like this. My lady. We've just received a magic call. A magic call. Roman Dimitri told me to send you this message. I have a way to help, so accept my call. What? Roman Dimitri. How exactly are you planning to save Lawrence from danger? Let me be frank with you. I intend to take revenge against the Barco family due to personal matters. It's something that I've already decided on, and all that's left is the timing for my vengeance. If the Lawrence family goes along with my plan, then I will fast forward that timing and destroy the Barco family for you. And what part do we have to play in that plan of yours? It's simple. If the Lawrence family will set the stage for us by first making a sacrifice, then I will help you with all my strength in the name of Roman Dimitri. Sacrifice. He must have proposed this knowing of our situation. We have no other choice, even if he shamelessly tells me to make a sacrifice. I promise you this. As long as I can protect my family, I will do anything. And one more thing. Provide me a cause to meddle in this war. Since our marriage has been broken off, I'll need some sort of cause. What sort of cause? Anthony Barco claimed that he molested you. All you need to say is that although nothing happened between you two, you had no choice but to break off the marriage with the Dimitris because you were molested. Your value within the aristocratic world will be reduced to nothing, and your beautiful title as the Flower of Lawrence will be shattered. However, you can obtain a crucial cause that will solve the danger in Lawrence. That is the cause I need to meddle in this war. If the time of molestation is before the disengagement, then that would make you one of my people. I never forgive those who lay a hand on my people. My people. The wall has collapsed. Prepare the railings. I'll fulfill whatever condition you place. So please wipe out every single one of those Barco bastards. The enemies are pushing forward. Do not let them approach the walls. We must defend the walls. Keep holding on. My lord, watch out. Flora. Father, we must open the castle gate and face Barco head-on. What are you talking about? Open the gate. Roman Dimitri has promised that he will aid us. If we divert their gaze by leaving through the gate, then Roman Dimitri will lead his forces to destroy Flare. Roman Dimitri. But why? I have no time to explain in detail. What I know for certain is that Roman Dimitri is a man who keeps his word. Are we going to attack them right away? No, we won't. Lawrence may fall if we delay any more than this. Flare is a powerful weapon that can destroy castle walls. If you truly intend on getting in the way of Barco's plans by assisting Lawrence, we must attack their rear right away. And why should I do that? Pardon. Whether Lawrence falls or not is of no importance to me, Chris. Rather than the death of hundreds of people that I don't know, making sure not even one of my people sheds blood is more important to me. Lawrence will lose many people from this. That is partly because they followed an incapable lord. And unlike them, I don't intend to force anyone who has sworn allegiance to me to become a pointless sacrifice. Yes. I understand. Open the gate. Punish those heinous villains from Barco. Charge. You all don't seem to know your place. Berga Mercenary Company. Kaaf. Save me. We're all done for. Keep holding on until the end. Don't retreat. If we can't even serve as proper bait, he won't appear. What's that? The time for my soldiers to risk their lives has come earlier than planned. Uncertainty. And anxiety. The reality that they themselves must face. If you survive as my soldier, then I will promise you the life of a predator. But in the end, it will be your own strength and willpower that decides your survival. In this operation, our main priority will be to attack Barco's rear and destroy their siege weapon. Lawrence likely will not be able to act as proper bait. I do not expect much from you in this operation. I will take the vanguard myself. I will massacre the enemies at the front of our forces and open a path. So all you must do is follow me and sweep the remnants. However, keep this in mind. Our main priority is to destroy the siege weapon. Do they seriously believe they can take us on with such few soldiers? TSK. Prepare to take on those crazy guests immediately. Understood. The people of the Murum's Orthodox sect once had a saying. Of the demon cult, the heavenly demon is invincible, and facing him head-on is but an act of suicide. People wondered, why does he appoint himself to the most dangerous role even after becoming the heavenly demon? Then, and now, the reason was always the same. Because the strongest person must completely destroy the enemy's morale. If you won't come to me, then I will come to you. Attack. Follow the liege. I must. A little more. Just a little closer to my liege's side. We have to stop that monster. That thing is our operations target. What the? That man is Roman Dimitri. Berga, mercenary Captain Berga. There is an immense reward on the line for this mission. Since the fate of the Berga Mercenary Company is on the line, I will take care of him myself. Berga, an A-rank mercenary acknowledged by the kingdom. Unlike B-rank mercenaries, one can only attain A-rank by knowing how to utilize aura. Berga is a 2-star aura knight. He didn't even budge. This can't be. He's far too strong. 5 seconds. That was the duration that the A-rank mercenary could endure against Roman, the captain. Kill him. Kill that son of a bitch. It's too dangerous, my lord. We must take you to a safe place. Flare. A product of magic that doesn't exist in the Murim. With false imperfect white ys yam maguea san, heavenly demon god art. Heavenly Demon Sword Technique First Form. Hear me, Lawrence. I, Roman Dimitri, have destroyed Barco's siege weapon. He really did it. With the destruction of Flare, Barco, who lost their key weapon, had no choice but to retreat. Just you wait. In this battle, Chris had used aura in a different way from before. He did his best to condense his aura as much as he could, like Roman had done. As a result, his mana consumption was not high, even during this fierce battle. He was ridiculed by those around him for following Roman, but Chris was growing. I have no choice but to acknowledge it now. My liege's method is the correct one. Huff huff huff, I see. All of them, to prevent being isolated, had chased after the liege while gritting their teeth. They'd obviously be exhausted, and even so, not a single one of the 30 soldiers fell behind, and none of them received any serious injuries either. This is the reason why the liege chose them. Huff. There is only one reason why we were able to stay safe. A monster that defies logic. You all did well to stay alive. It is thanks to Roman Dmitri. Our role is over. Hero of Lawrence. Roman. Thank you so much. Lawrence will never forget what Roman Dmitri has done for us. Roman. 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 What a shame. I saw that he was out of the ordinary from the moment that we met, but to think he'd destroy Flair himself. Overwhelming talent. Dmitri has given birth to a tiger. If things hadn't gone wrong, then that tiger would have been my son-in-law. It's unfortunate, but it's in the past now. Oh, hero from Dmitri. I'm glad to see you again. We weren't able to properly act our role as bait. But you still helped Lawrence without averting your eyes from our crisis to the end, so I wish to thank you for that from the bottom of my heart. I only did my part as promised. Lawrence did as much as I expected them to. I see. But I still want to repay this favor, no matter what. You may think that you don't need any words of gratitude, but as someone that represents Lawrence, no matter what. So if there's anything that you want, please speak your mind during the conference. I will take your side to make sure you receive it, no matter what. If your desire to return the favor doesn't waver, then I won't go out of my way to refuse it. Let's head inside the conference room. This is our chance. If we propose that we put an end to things like this, they should also accept. Agreed. Since Barco still has many soldiers, instead of causing trouble and bringing danger upon ourselves, we must let go of the past and look toward peace. Lawrence. These people are herbivores. I agree with your opinions. Although we were able to stop their attack thanks to assistance, there is a limit to how long we can continue to block Barco's attacks with just the power of Lawrence. Hence, let us send a messenger. May I interject? Go ahead. Thank you. Barco is currently under financial pressure. To pay back the huge amount they borrowed, they have no choice but to conquer Lawrence, and that does not change, even if Flair was destroyed. I dare to predict that what we will receive in return is the messenger's head. Ahem. The soldiers are still carrying corpses outside. Did you feel not as you bore witness to that scene? Barco must not be forgiven. We must show everyone in this world how we will take revenge against the brutes who dared to lay their hands on Lawrence. It's not as if we aren't aware, but what can we do when we're so lacking in strength? There is just one way. Herbivores have no choice but to become a savage beast's prey. Arg. Roman Dmitri. What sort of cause does he possibly have to meddle in this matter? To turn this disadvantageous situation around, there's nothing left but single combat. You must hold single combat. Single combat. 1. It is a duel between representatives of two families to decide a winner, and up to 3 swordsmen may participate. 2. it is a sacred ritual blessed by Valhalla in which both families must adhere to the result. 3. The authority of the hosting individual is very important, and the central government will send a judge once both parties come to an agreement. The combat will proceed as the judge commands. Warrior battle. Warrior battles have long since deteriorated into a battle of connections and wealth. The opponent is Barco. They have a connection in the central government, and with the immense sum that they've borrowed from the Golden Bank, it's impossible to know what master they'll invite to take part in the battle. I understand what you mean. Therefore, I will provide you with a sense of certainty starting now. Certainty. If you are certain of victory, then there's nothing better than a warrior battle. Barco has a 3-star knight. He will most likely be the first up. I will represent Lawrence and be the first warrior. Whether my opponent is of Barco, knight, or an external master, I am confident that I will be able to supply you with one win. However, no matter how skilled of a warrior you possess, it doesn't mean anything if you win once and then lose twice. So the third battle will be wrapped up by my subordinate, Chris. He is a 2-star, but shows signs of genius that will allow him to emerge victorious even against a 3-star. Don't you think this is well in our favor? If you emerge victorious in the warrior battle, then you can regain the reputation of Lawrence that fell to rock bottom. Please make your decision. If there's anything that you want, please speak your mind during the conference. Could it be, this is what he wants? He'll step up as a warrior, so he wants Lawrence to handle any unforeseen variables on our own. He's truly a dangerous man. I am in favor of the warrior battle. The warrior battle was decided on with the agreement of both parties. After the message was sent, it was set up after only a week. My name is Count Erdes. A warrior battle is a sacred event that is blessed by Valhalla. Warrior battle judge, Count Erdes. Whatever the result is, both parties must comply with it. And any who infringe on this will be judged with the honor of the Kingdom of Cairo on the line. Now, both parties designate 3 warriors that will represent you and submit an order list. Haha Mahez. It looks like we'll have to change the order. What do you mean? We already decided on it a week ago. That week is the issue. Barco should feel more pressured by the interest as time passes, but it looks like the Barco family had purposefully delayed it. They don't look anxious in the slightest. They must have hired a strong external master. In Ho. So then, how do you want to change it? At first, I was going to go first to secure a win, then second would be a Knight of Lawrence, and Chris would go last to wrap things up. Chris will go first. And I will go second to face the card that Barco has prepared. I will change the plan into one of overpowering. I am Yensun of Barco. Yensun 3-star or a knight. I am Chris of Lawrence. Chris 2-star or a knight. The genius of the northeastern region, right? It looks like a talent is going to die for no reason. Jonathan's pupil. Chris. Why did they send out a 2-star knight? Risks must be taken to become stronger. That is the reason why I left the frog's well and decided to follow my liege. Begin. I realized one thing when I first sparred against my liege. No matter how powerful your aura is, it only matters if you hit your opponent. Dodge, and dodge again. I have to aim for a single opportunity. You damn rat. How long are you gonna keep running for? Die. A wide area aura. I can't dodge it. What should I do? Chris, distance yourself from the world's logic. Right. A thoughtless outburst of mana cannot properly display the full force of aura. Just like the strength that my liege showed from a tiny amount of mana. Focus the directional plane into a line, and then the line into a point. Focus the power of aura. into a single point. Awesome. Chris. 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 As a 2-star knight, I defeated a 3-star knight. Now, next, a 2-star knight defeated a 3-star knight. Oh my goodness, unbelievable. To think Yen-sun lost. I was planning on wrapping this up on the second match, but now the final match has become the most important. I have no need to worry about the second match, it's fine. Since I have a surefire card that I spent a fortune on. HM. Is it my turn already? I am Homeros of Barco. Homeros 4-star Aura Knight. Homeros. Why is a ranker here? That rumored wandering swordsman. To think I get to see a ranker with my own eyes. Rank 49. If only it wasn't for the Guildmaster's request. Ranks originated from the Valhalla Empire, the sanctuary that those who die honorably are said to go to. They risked their lives to go to Valhalla, and desired for their strength to be acknowledged. The results of their battles were recorded. The names of the strong were written, and that became the start of ranks. Ranks were only a part of the Valhalla culture. But as the Valhalla Empire spread throughout the continent and their forces grew, the 100 ranks started to be subjectively selected by the Valhalla Temple. To think Barco would send out Homeros as a warrior. There was no one in Cairo who hadn't heard of his name. Because he roamed across the kingdom to revel in battles against the strong. He had begun to be called the Wandering Swordsman. I heard he fought against the Gatekeeper, a 4-star knight that's rank 30. I heard he just recently achieved the 4-star. Man, I guess this match is gonna be thrown. What a shame, after they won the first match. A 4-star Aura Knight. I investigated Barco's moves through an information guild, but all I managed to obtain was superficial information. I'm guessing that he's the trump card that Barco's been hiding then. I'm looking forward to it. Just as my opponent hid their strength, they also have not realized how powerful I am. This is my chance to fight against the strong who I've only read of in books. Are you insane? Surrender. Your opponent is the rank 49, Homeros. He's strong enough to be expected to rise to rank 30 or above. Do you seriously think you can defeat a ranker? Hold on to your life, even if you have to surrender. And pray that we manage to win in the next match. Vola. Those eyes. As if he thinks that he's absolute. I don't like them. There's no reason for you to risk your life in a hopeless battle. I have no desire to explain every little thing to you, so do not bother me. I am Roman Dmitri of Lawrence. If he's skilled enough to destroy Flare, then he's at least a 2-star Aura Knight. I can't believe I have to face a small fry like this when I have to challenge the rank 30 Fernando soon. Let's make this quick. He's so fast. Would you look at him? He's pretty interesting. What method are you using to manifest aura? I was hoping for a decent battle after so long, but he's underestimating me and not going all out. Star aura extreme interesting. I'll face you seriously. Such overwhelming aura pressure. Hold on tight. I can't believe a man like him is rank 49. What a killjoy. There's no point in dragging on this battle any longer. Hey. Block this if you can. The heavenly demon sword technique is formless. Ha! A black wave. To think mana can be utilized like this. Truly, there are no names for the moves. As such, they are only referred to by their respective number. Heavenly demon sword technique. Homeros. While I'm well aware that you're looking forward to your match against Fernando, I beg you to take our position into account just this once. Take part in a warrior battle between two remote families. Think of it as a light warm-up. Makes sense, since I refused every single mission since I earned an A-rank mercenary plaque and was busy roaming the kingdom and battling the strong. I guess I can't refuse. Warehouse what the superstar of Cairo, who rose in the ranking before even reaching the 4-star, and was aiming to break the rank 30 barrier, was killed with a single slash. A man who hasn't even reached the peak dares to be so arrogant. Roman standards are not based on this world, but in his past life. The Murim was like a galaxy filled with endless stars of martial masters. Unlike that place where only death awaited the careless. The mindset of the people in this world was inefficient and garbage. Judge, announced the result. The winner of the second match is Roman Dimitri of Lawrence. How could this be? Homeros is dead. Am I hallucinating right now? This is my liege's true strength. Did he already possess this much strength before our first duel? Or could it be, did he achieve drastic growth after our duel? I'm certain that my liege wasn't strong enough to overpower Homeros at that time. As for the latter, there hasn't been enough time. It's logically impossible. How is something like this possible? After I defeated Yen Sun in the first match, I thought the day that I would surpass my liege wasn't too far ahead, but that was pure foolishness. Lawrence wins. Now that the winner of the warrior battle has been decided, there is no need to go out of the way to waste personnel. So the families are granted the right to change the order list. Both families may send out a new warrior after discussion. It's over. How did Homeros lose? He's a 4-star knight. Unlike the average warriors of the Northeast, he was one of the very few true knights of the kingdom. Could the mercenary guild have sent me a fake Homeros? My lord, we have to send out a warrior. We cannot afford to lose any more of our forces. Send out Benson. Since he caused the Barco family's reputation to fall during the social party, please forgive me. I will give him a chance to redeem himself through this match. Benson is a null-star knight. He's telling him to die. Understood. Benson of Barco. Benson null-star knight. Who's he? I've never seen that knight before. My liege, I will face him. In a world of survival of the fittest, the only thing given to a loser is death. Even if he's a null-star knight, he'll still be a difficult opponent for Kevin. He must be trying to prove his usefulness. Off you go then. I will be back soon. How did I get into this mess? I walked down a promising road with no worries thanks to my father being a knight, and became a knight of Barco, an influential family of the Northeast. I did my absolute best for Barco, but the price of my loyalty is to die in a warrior battle. Shit, Ichem. Is that guy my opponent? Oh. Oh, God, thank you so much. You want to take revenge, little brat. Whether it was voluntary or involuntary, we were both abandoned by our lieges. It's nothing more than good fortune for me, though. I am nothing more than a sword that protects my liege. You arrogant brat. Die. Son of a bitch. The difference in their build is enormous. What was he thinking, sending Kevin out there? Kill him. Kill him. Kill him. That bastard is hurting you. Take revenge immediately. Ever since you cut your own hand off, the demonic spirit art settled itself inside your mind. Drag out the demon inside you. Above you. Watch out. Hi. Your head was almost split in two. Let's tear that son of a bitch into pieces. My head is so loud. I want to become a useful sword to my liege. More useful than Chris. Loyalty toward the liege. A vortex of such emotions is raging. Demonic spirit art. Kill him. Is this aura? It's gonna penetrate through my armor. You bastard. He's not stopping. This guy. He's lost his mind. Haha. I have returned. The warrior battle between Lawrence and Barco. 3 wins out of 3 matches. It was Lawrence's overwhelming victory, and in the center of it all, was Roman Dimitri. Just like a hero's tale passed down from generation to generation, the rumors were mixed with both truths and lies. People from all over the continent started to praise Roman's accomplishments. Did you hear? Oh, about that warrior battle. Barco must be frustrated since they lost to Lawrence after making all that fuss. You know my relatives are all from Lawrence, right? They say that Roman was the savior of Lawrence. He massacred hundreds of Barco's soldiers from the rear in an instant, all on his own, and apparently he even destroyed Flair with a single strike. If Roman hadn't been there, Barco would have already planted their flag in Lawrence's land. The crimson blood of the Cairo kingdom's rank 49, Homeros, was splattered all over. He put an end to the warrior battle. I'm Roman Dimitri of Lawrence. The sleeping dragon of the Dimitri family has finally ascended into the skies, and is starting to accumulate his own heroic tales one by one. Barco Castle. It's over. It's all over now. The principal and interest reminder from the Golden Bank, and the compensation of manpower for Homeros and shifting of responsibility from the mercenary guild. These goddamn sons of bitches. After how much they sucked up to Lord Barco when we were the true powerhouse of the Northeast. Please. And now they dare to pretend that we don't even exist. Damn it all. If only Roman Dimitri hadn't interfered. Yeah. Ha. Everything is because of Roman Dimitri. Roman Dimitri has done something that must never be done in the aristocracy. This is my last chance to save the Barco family. A few days later. Before we begin, I'd like to express my sincerest gratitude to the true nobles who have decided to visit Barco. I believe the future of the Northeast is still bright thanks to you all. Please get to the point. Haha, I will be frank. Just as Barco attacked Lawrence with a valid cause. Cause is extremely important in the aristocracy. The purpose of this war was to have Lawrence pay the price of their ancestors' decision, and the central government judged that the cause was valid and even sent us a judge. However, Roman Dimitri interfered in this war without a shred of cause. Barco lost Flair due to his ambush. And not only that, there was not a single warrior from Lawrence among the warriors who participated in the warrior battle. How does this make any sense? What cause could Roman Dimitri possibly have to help Lawrence? There would be absolutely no problem at all if the two families had decided to be connected through matrimony, but everyone knows that the Dimitri and Lawrence families had broken off their engagement. At this moment, Roman Dimitri is nothing but a stranger to Lawrence, and therefore, possesses no cause whatsoever. His actions have crossed the line. You're right. Roman Dimitri had no cause. I agree. Alright, this much should suffice. As long as I can demand the Dimitri family to take responsibility and receive compensation from them, I can resolve the money problem with the Golden Bank. I see you've all gathered here. I heard you had many complaints about me. In that case, Roman. Why in the world has he come here? Say it straight to my face, Viscount Barco. Are you seriously planning on going to Barco? That's an act of suicide. There's no way Viscount Barco would just leave you be, my liege. How do you think my relationship with Barco will end up? In Barco's perspective, you're their mortal enemy. Hence, I think it'd be best if you avoided each other if possible. No. It may have been different if I never started it, but now that I have, it must be seen through to the end. It's clear that Barco has a grudge against me. Then right now, at their most critical moment, it's the perfect time to pluck the root of revenge. I will go there alone. My liege. I'm quite curious as well. With what cause did Barco open a meeting like this? Barco. One snot-nosed brat from a barony who hasn't even inherited the peerage. Dares to ignore the difference in our status. Very well. Since a man of common origin like yourself doesn't seem to be aware of aristocratic law, I will personally tell you. Interfering in a war without cause is not permitted in the Cairo kingdom. According to aristocratic law, we put forward a cause. After receiving the central government's approval, we progressed through matters and declared a territorial war. Did you think such a procedure was created because nobles are stupid? It is to protect each other's honor. Being unaware of aristocratic law is no excuse. Do you now understand how foolish your actions were? The Dimitri family will suffer massive disgrace because of your actions. They won't be able to avoid the criticism of the northeastern nobles, all for the sin of having an inept son. Have you said your piece? What? Then I believe it's time to tell you of my cause. Lawrence and Dimitri had planned to be connected through matrimony, but now I'm considered nothing more than a disengaged moron. Why do you all think the marriage was broken off? My reputation. My experience with women. None of those rumors are true. The truth is, because I was threatened by the eldest son of Barco, Anthony Barco. It was during Barco's social party. I, who was close to Anthony Barco at the time, attended the party at his invitation before my engagement with Lawrence and fell into his trap. When I came to, I was in the same room as Emily Barco, and Anthony Barco used that as an excuse to threaten me to cancel my marriage with Lawrence. It was a thoroughly planned trap to separate Lawrence and Dimitri. A threat. Then the Barco family's claims. Once a weakness is exposed, you expect me to believe that nonsense. Everyone knows how much of a piece of trash you were. The fact that you're trying to cover up the truth disgusts me. I knew you'd say that. Then I will tell you the other reason why I interfered in the war between Barco and Lawrence. Other reason. Anthony Barco had crossed a line. He molested one of my people, my betrothed, Flora Lawrence. From the shock, she ultimately chose to break off our engagement. Will you deny this as well? Feel free to confirm this with Flora Lawrence. Anthony threw me into a trap with a lie. In that case, I'll just do the same. I interfered in the war solely with my own strength not to bring harm to my family, and that was the only form of revenge I could take for her. I will ask you, Viscount Barco, and everyone gathered here, this. Do you truly believe that I had no sufficient cause to interfere in this war? With this, Roman broke Barco's disputes, and secured a cause. There's nothing more I can do. Revealing his lack of a cause is pointless now. I have to stall for time. Let's get out of this situation and search for a new solution. I don't believe your words to be true, but I will confirm the truth at a later time. You may leave for today. Viscount Barco, you have two options. Will you wrap things up by simply having Anthony Barco be punished for this at the level of my personal issue, or will you let this issue grow into a dispute between our two families? If you do not choose right here and now, I will go back to my family and reveal all of this to my father. What? We absolutely must avoid a war against Dimitri. If we go against Dimitri when we're already on the verge of collapse, the Barco family will be exterminated. Ruthless bastard. The issue between you and Anthony is not something that needs our two families to involve ourselves in. I will have my eldest, Anthony, apologize to you on his knees. Are you satisfied with when did I say I wanted Anthony Barco to kneel? What do you mean? In what world does the perpetrator decide the method of punishment? I will be the one to decide how he will be punished. I'm sorry. I won't do it. A judgment duel. Are you planning on leaving my life in someone else's hands? There's no way that son of a bitch will let me live. Please refuse Roman's offer. Get a hold of yourself. You are the eldest son of the Barco family. From the moment you became the successor of the family, your life has become intertwined with the fate of the family.